What's up, guys? D-Rock 1992 here. For this next video, and for my next movie review, I'm going to be talking about, as I promised in the previous video, the sequel to Bad Boys, Bad Boys 2. So Bad Boys 2 came out in 2003. So a little while away from 1995, but we had to wait a little bit, but we got Bad Boys 2 in 2003. So this movie once again has Martin Lawrence and Will Smith as the two main people in the film. And there's three supporting players in particular that I'm going to talk about here. But first off, I'm going to talk about the movie. So this movie's about how this is 8 years after Bad Boys. So Marcus Burnett and Mike Lowry, the two detectives, they are investigating ecstasy. They're investigating an ecstasy flow into Miami, and I forgot to mention that they're two detectives from Miami in the first movie, and it is in the second movie as well. So they are investigating ecstasy into Miami. So they have to do that. They have to defeat the bad guys again. And basically, they have a new character in the mix, Burnett's sister, who he has to try to protect. Excuse me. And so they have to do that. They have to go through their relationship again as buddy cops, Martin Lawrence and Will Smith's characters. They have to do that. And so they have quite a bit to take on in Bad Boys 2, just like the first Bad Boys. So that essentially is the plot, basically. They've got to they have to get rid of the ecstasy flow in Miami. So it's drug dealers again, basically. They have to, this is a movie involving drugs, just like it was in the first film. So, Bad Boys 2, I mean, once again, Martin Lawrence and Will Smith, they work together. They are a great pair. And I think maybe they're both very effective. I mean, both Lawrence and Smith are very great chemistry-wise in both of the movies. So I can't really think which movie they had the best chemistry in, but they still had great chemistry regardless in these two movies for sure. Now I'm going to talk about a couple supporting players in this movie. First of all, Gabrielle Union plays Marcus Burnett's sister, who happens to be a DEA agent. And she does a nice job in this movie as the main female. Better than what Téa Leoni did in the first film, for me. She had more, she had more personality, Gabrielle Union did. So than Téa Leoni. So I liked her performance quite a bit in the movie. The bad guy this time is a guy named Jordi Molla, who is a pretty much a lifetime Spanish actor. Actually, this movie was one of his first movies in the U.S. He hasn't done a lot of U.S. movies. He's done a lot of Spanish films. I looked at his filmography and all that. But he is the villain in this film, and he does a nice job. He does a pretty serviceable job as the villain and all that, and Yeah, he does a pretty good job there. Um, Joe Pantoliano returns as the irritable captain again, as the captain of the detectives, and he does a great job once again as kind of more comic relief in the film. But yeah, he does a good job. Also, somebody that I want to mention is Michael Shannon. Michael Shannon, actor who's been in a few movies, probably most prominently Man of Steel. He played General Zod in Man of Steel. Man of Steel was a movie which I loved. I mean, it was a very good movie anyway. But Michael Shannon, this is probably one of his first movies too, I believe. So I wanted to mention him. He plays a Ku Klux Klan member, and he turns out to be pretty good in that role. Uh, he turns out to be okay. Some uncredited roles. Dan Marino actually pops up in this film. Dan Marino, the legendary Miami Dolphins quarterback for the NFL. He pops up. Michael Bay has an uncredited role in this film. He directed the second film as well, Bad Boys 2. So, these are the characters that I wanted to talk about. The action in this movie. So the action in this movie is more balls to the wall than the first Bad Boys, which I was really impressed with. They went out, and Michael Bay went out and made a movie, made a sequel that was more action-packed than the first one. And the first one was pretty action-packed. So there you go. He really did a great job with that. So showing that Michael Bay knows how to direct an action film for sure. So the movie in general, the budget was $130 million. They put money into this movie, and it made $273.3 million worldwide box office total. So it was a pretty good success, not an overwhelming, oh my god, it made so much money success. But it was good. It made some money. It made its money back, so it was a box office success, for sure. And I will tell you right now, I enjoyed Bad Boys 2 better than I enjoyed the first Bad Boys. Not to say I didn't, I liked the first Bad Boys movie a lot. I really enjoyed Bad Boys 2. It was a great movie, great action movie, definitely a good popcorn action movie for sure, with comedy sprinkled in. And same thing with the original Bad Boys. So for Bad Boys 2, I'm going to give it a 5 out of 5 stars, like I did the first movie, with the added notion that Bad Boys 2 is definitely a little bit of a step up from Bad Boys. A better movie than the first Bad Boys. And all that. So, and then Will Smith and Martin Lawrence, they have great chemistry again. The supporting characters, especially Gabrielle Union, are good. So, yeah, I really enjoyed this movie. And so, without further ado, that's it for this video. D-Rock 1992 out.